Autumn harvests the summer's crop. All creatures, no matter how small or large, are preparing for the last celebration of the year, busy collecting their treasures. Where the trees dance in rust and crimson until they become naked. But the time for the big dance has not yet come, because nature is still wearing its green coat and the wind has just only started to freshen up. I can feel it in the air. This summer I started something that I have been planning and wanting to do for years, and this was the biggest project of my summer. The interesting thing was that I didn't even plan to do it now. I just got into the middle of it. So this plan was to create a medieval painting workshop. We took part in a medieval tradition event next to a wonderful medieval castle, and there couldn't have been a better opportunity to try out the workshop there. To get the workshop ready for this event, I spent many days planning, sewing and painting to get all the details in place. The main thing we had to make was a shake tent. I've learned that to accomplish big things, it's better to start small, so we made a mock-up out of paper and small sticks, and then came the harder part. I sewed the tent and luckily I got a lot of help in making the wooden parts. I also made many small accessories next to the tent to make the workshop more lovely. I also sewed a flag for my workshop, on which I painted the logo and the name of the workshop, which is Trium Canum, and it means the Three Dog Workshop. It took me almost 3 weeks to complete this project, but I was very proud of the end result. I was so happy that now, as a medieval reenactor, I have a place where I can do what I love most, to paint. This summer I also spent some time with painting. I started a new painting as a part of a series of painting the lights up, and also created a new pattern inspired by medieval portraits. I always like to use old things in the present age. I feel like I'm giving them a new life, to recreate the past with the tools of the present. So now this hand-painted pattern is one of my favorites. I love that it's both modern and evoke the feeling of the bygone eras. We also tried something completely new for us. This was the bronze casting. When I received my medieval belt as a reenactor, I immediately fell in love with the power of the bronze. The look of the old belt buckles is very antique. It always reminds me of the old and mysterious. There is something pure and noble, precious, real in them. I love wearing it over my traditional clothes, but I still wear it with my everyday clothes as well. Since my boyfriend and I love these, we thought we'd start making our own belt buckles. This was our first attempt, with more or less success. But in the end, we cast our first belt buckle in our own small foundry. And wow, it was really wonderful. Meanwhile, a dream of mine also came true. I bought my first camera, with which I will be able to take beautiful pictures of my paintings and show you what I do in a much better way. I still need to improve a lot using it, but it gives me a lot of motivation and plenty of ideas.
Baby mushroom, baby mushroom.
That's when we realized that summer was coming to an end. So we went for a little adventure and to hang out our feet during the last days of the summer. And of course, we made a lot of delicious food and filled ourselves, as always. Another thing I've been doing is supplementing my traditional medieval wardrobe with new hand-sewn garments. First I sew a belt bag made of wool and blend-dyed yarn. This bag form was frequently used accessory for medieval women's clothing. At that time, the shape of the bag was inspired by this small plant, which has tiny heart-shaped or bag-shaped leaves. This plant is called shepherd's purse and was a commonly used herb in the Middle Ages. So I made my own version out of it and I love it. I sewed 2 more things this summer. One was an apron, which helps me to keep clean my medieval dress when painting, and the other is a headdress, which made my wear much more medieval. This was my summer. I hope you have a similarly good summer. I just thank you for the many kind comments I received on my previous videos. It really means a lot to me, your kind words.